design to me will always be creative expression.
How is that Indian mentality now, and how do we break down design for them? That no, it's not just restricted to brands.
I think we're seeing that globally. Quiet luxury is a huge trend where, suddenly you're like, we don't want to see logos anymore. You want to just see great cut, great design. I think that that moment is slowly arriving for India. And I think I would urge Indians to not just go blindly after a trend.
Hello everyone, this is Jaskiran Kapoor from Indian Express, and with me is Masaba Gupta today. She's here at Chitkara Design Festival. We're glad to have her here. First of all, you call yourself as an entrepreneur and designer after that. Why is the reason?
I think an entrepreneur is a very different mindset. I think people think of a designer as not people think. I think even I think of designers as uber creative people. They are in charge of defining trends. They're in charge of defining and in getting inspired from pop culture, from politics. I think a state of a nation can be told through fashion. And I think that's the role of design. But I think an entrepreneur's role is very different. An entrepreneur is somebody who is, I think you have to put on a different hat. When I'm a designer, I put on a very different hat, one that's very creative. I don't think of logistics and cost and this and that, all the boring stuff. But when I'm an entrepreneur, I think of all those things.
So, because you said you're not good at maths and finance, how is the entrepreneurial hat on right now?
Everyone
how are
is
you
surprised.
balancing and juggling it?
Everyone is surprised, but I've learned on the job. I do spend time doing it because it's integral. Me being the founder of a business, to know that, to understand that, but it's not something I enjoy. So I have a very strong team of people who help me understand it, who break it down for me, just in a way that I know what's happening. But I think as an entrepreneur, the role is more of a leader. You are more the motivator, the force behind people. You're not really somebody who's sitting down and doing things yourself. You're kind of being able to find potential in other people and letting them fly. So I think it's a very, very different role, and one that requires serious people skills.
So you wanted to be a tennis player, sports was supposed to be the first choice, and then came music and dance, and then fashion. So did it take you a lot of hoops to jump through to come to the world of fashion? Does it culminate? It's a sporting activity. It has got a lot of music and dance also in it. Does it all culminate here?
When it came to fashion, I did not have to. There was nothing. It was almost as if it came directly at me and said, "Masaba, this is who you are. Don't try anything else." And literally everything that I've done, and I think that quote is so true, right? You can only connect the dots looking backwards, and it's a fact where I think of everything that happened to me then, and I thought that my life is falling apart and I'm being taken away from my goal, which was to become an actor at the time. And now I think of it and I'm like, everything was leading me to become a designer. Everything, every failure. So I think that's the way I see it. I think that I've always wanted, I'm very enterprising. I'm not somebody who's complacent. I'm not lazy. I like hard work. I like the result of working hard and then seeing something in front of you. So I think that finally I've found my calling.
When I was reading your mom's book, she wrote a very nice chapter in it at how her mother, your Nani, used to bring all these clothes from the embassy, and she used to fashion and model in them.
Yes.
What are your early memories of your mother? Do you get a lot of fashion inspiration from her? From the Caribbean, from your father's side?
Absolutely. I mean, my mother has shaped the brand. My mother has shaped my identity as a designer, because I'll tell you, she had great respect for clothes. She used to buy Satyapal saris back then. She used to wrap them nicely. They were well taken care of. Every couple of weeks, the fold would be turned around and changed. So there was a lot of attention to good design. There was a lot of attention to good craftsmanship as well. And I saw her style everything in her way.
Okay.
Even if she bought it from Chandni Chowk or from somewhere in Milan or in Paris, she would just style it in her own way. She'd cut it up and she'd put like a Kutch blouse, cuff sleeve with a short black dress. So she had great eye for making things her own. And if you see House of Masaba, it's a very, very fiercely individual brand.
So is it important to wear a brand, or is it important to be your own brand? Is because we are so like, I'm carrying a Gucci or I'm carrying a Prada. We like to flaunt. How is that Indian mentality now, and how do we break down design for them? That no, it's not just restricted to brands.
I think we're seeing that globally. Quiet luxury is a huge trend where, suddenly you're like, we don't want to see logos anymore. You want to just see great cut, great design. You know, it's almost like the Japanese and the way they look at fashion, which is
minimalist.
very minimalist, great attention to fabric and cut and things like that. I think that that moment is slowly arriving for India, and I think I would urge Indians to not just go blindly after a trend. Look at your body, understand your body. What looks good on someone may not look good on you. Forget looking good. You may not feel good. And why would you not want to feel good? I think I see women sometimes, irrespective of age, size, shape, color of skin, who are confident and they could be wearing a sack and they look stylish.
Do you also educate your customers about the designs that you're making? Okay, this will look good on you. Are you bold enough to tell them, ye mat pehno?
Yeah.
Because when Madhuri came with that blouse, everyone wanted to wear that blouse that Didi Tera Devar Divana.
Yes. No, so we've trained our store staff to tell people the truth. It's not like you have to sell everything that comes your way. If you feel like someone's looking bad in something or it's not suiting them or they are looking, you know, sometimes you're fidgety yourself and you know you're not confident.
True.
So we tell people that please do not encourage them to buy.
So
Yeah.
Queen of Prints has in the 10 years or the 19 years you've been now?
No,
10
no.
years. In the
13.
13 years. Sorry, 13
It's
years.
fine.
How has your design sensibility changed? Because we are all talking about the user experience, the sustainability, the technology. What, in all of this, what is design to you and how has your sensibility changed?
Design to me will always be creative expression. It will always be, I think in today's day and age, designers hold a lot more than we even think of. We have the ability to make a statement. You have the ability to bring down the house. And I think you have a lot more power today. And I believe that if your fashion is on the streets, that's when it's fashion. And I felt that when, you know, we saw copies of our prints, that's when I thought we had truly arrived. Because
Inclusivity also is part of
inclusivity
fashion.
is it's not just a part. I think it's everything now. I feel like if your campaigns, if your storytelling, your communication is not inclusive, you will alienate a large section of the audience that's never going to come back to your brand.
All right. So finally, last, is Viv Richards going to be in the third part of Masaba Masaba?
Can't answer it.
When is it coming?
We don't know.
All right, thanks. That's a wrap from Masaba
Thank
Gupta.
you.
We had tons of questions, but she has that much time. Thanks,
Thank
Masaba.
you so much.
Lovely meeting you.